at the time, I thought I'd got the wrong person. I thought Rory Darge had more came across the side, and then there was another angle where Scott movement did land on the leg of the player who was jackling, but there was massive mitigating circumstances. Scott was there to clear a contact, and the scrum half popped up as he was clearing contact, which took Scott off his feet, and he did land on the jackling player's leg. But it's such a dynamic game, and you're hitting those contacts at huge speed, that I thought was a very harsh red.
What did you make of your team's performance, Gregor?
I thought it was one of our best performances the last few seasons. Like a performance like that to go up against the world champions is you've got to match, or you've got to bring your own physicality, match their physicality. You've got to work as hard as you've ever worked, and I felt our players did that. When you consider that we were down a man for 20 minutes and that player being a second row, she only talked about how well they managed that 20 minutes, but also that it takes a huge effort to get through that. And the effort was there in the second half. When the game was opening up, we looked at times the fitter team, and it looked like they were sharper. So yeah, there's a huge amount of pride, and not just pride, but pleasing aspects of the performance. There was some skill execution that we have to improve, but I also felt we had a bit bad luck. We stole a line out in our 22 and the ball bobbles into their hands, and they scored 7 points when they hadn't had much pressure. But yeah, we obviously Hughes knock on chalks off the try 3 phases later. I don't know whether you're supposed to go back more than 2 phases, but it was a knock on. We can't get around that. But those are moments in a game, 14 points, that would have put us in a better position. And I think the question earlier to Sione about not scoring tries, yeah, that's a valid one, but also they were giving away a lot of penalties. Penalties that went to 3, 6, 9, 12, yellow cards. Could have been a second yellow card when Ben White was taken out 5 metres from the line. So I felt we'd had enough pressure and positions to score more points. So we'll look at how we can improve that.
Gregor, is it frustrating the 8 weeks try was chopped off because it no code? It wasn't no code there, but is it frustration about that? You know, that was picked up.
Yeah, there was a knock on, and you'll have to remind me on the laws and whether you can go back more than 2 phases. But there was a knock on. What was pleasing was the response. Like the players are obviously down at half time. Haven't had that try chalked off, but we then played, I think, for the next 20-25 minutes we were the better team. We were the ones that were putting them under pressure, getting penalties, getting good field position, so it didn't affect them, which was a real growth in this team, I believe.
It seemed after the 20 minutes after they emptied their bench, it was a really strong 20 minutes for Scotland. At that point, did you think, hang on, it could be something historic here?
Yeah, look, I thought the way we defended throughout the game was at the highest level I think we've produced, and we had moments when they emptied the bench when we were on 22 and we were getting turnovers, and there were great elements of defence. And then the game opened up. There was counter-attack opportunities, there was turnover attack, and it really suited our strengths. And we were getting line breaks, we were getting behind. So yes, I did feel it was going our way, but we needed to get to at least 22 all to make it go into the last 10 minutes and see how that 10 minutes would turn out. I think when we didn't get that 7 points, they were just 1 penalty away from obviously taking 3 points, and they got penalties from the scrum. We can't deny that. Their scrum was very impressive, and that just kept them out ahead.
That period, that's sustained pressure. We got the penalty from the post. I mean, you see the hindsight, but do you think you should have maybe gone for the try at that point?
No, look, I thought we were going to get a yellow card. It was cynical play 5 metres from the try line, and even if you have already awarded a yellow card before, you have to look at the action. We'd just gone to the line out and hadn't executed, so to take 3 points and the knowledge that we're going to have an extra man when the momentum was with us, I thought it was the right decision. So yeah, I don't think we'd have went for the scrum given how well they'd scrummed. but the 3 points was keeping us out of game. Like, that was a proper test match, and sometimes 3, 6, 9 points gives you within a try of winning the game. And the way our team play, we know we can score a try out of anything. Albeit we didn't do it today, we still had those opportunities where we were getting breaks. Duan sort of fingernails onto his jersey, opportunities that we got in behind. It is a real credit to South Africa defence, they managed to stop us. And we have to work out how we can make sure we turn that pressure into points or tries.
Greg, as you probably expect from a South Africa game, you seem to have a few walking wounded at the finish. How is everyone put with Jack?
Yeah, Jack got a real bang in the shoulder, so it's not looking good at the moment. But we need to see what happens with Scan, and but I don't think he'll be available within the next few days or next week. But let's hope it's not too serious. I want to highlight Max Williamson, who was ill yesterday. He only did a little part of the team run. Didn't think he'd make it today, and then he's on in the first half, and he was outstanding. Outstanding in terms of the effort he put in, the collective effort in the line-out. I thought line-out defence, both winning the ball but also stopping their maul was superb. And Max, the 22-year-old's a big part of that, producing jackals and carrying well. And he's just one of a member of our pack that performed at a very high level against two South African packs who are up there, obviously the best in the world right now.
Is Max okay? He seemed to be.
Yeah, well, yeah. On top of the fact he did both his shoulders in the game, I think he's okay. There were stingers, but at one stage it looked like he was coming off, and he showed his toughness to stay on. Obviously, we didn't have any second rows to come on, so real proud of his effort and the effort of the forward pack.
There was a lot of chat about South African bomb squad. I mean, you're under pressure at the scrum, when these guys came on, but there's a real reaction from the forwards, wasn't there? You must be pretty pleased that they put a statement out there.
They did, and we talked about their bomb squad. I think when they've gone 7-1, that the scorelines haven't changed when the 7 have came on. I think Ireland actually beat them in that period in the World Cup, and it was 0-0 against New Zealand. So we knew that there's an intimidation and a perception that you bring 7 players on, they'll change the game. But they also have to get up to the speed of playing Test rugby. And I thought our players responded to that challenge well. Obviously there's some quality players that came off the bench, but for a period there, we were the ones that were getting penalties and getting gaps in their defence.
Great, just onto the huddle, please.